Call to action for us and for the young people out there, please start to save. And I don't know whether it's to the young and to the old. It's never too late to start saving, but you've got to save money. Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's Mwangi Monday, where we discuss all things governance. So recently, I was reading about the high cost of living and how the cost of living is going up. I'm talking from a Kenyan context, but I think it's a worldwide and global concept, but something that's taking place. But I was watching and they were saying, you know, the loaf of bread is going up by quite a significant percentage, and then infant milk, and I was just thinking of the high cost of living. But I wanted to talk to the young people, because as I looked at the high cost of living, I thought of young people and how they need to save and how you really need to prepare for tomorrow. And you have to have a very conscious, deliberate, intentional action. Because you see, like now, things look okay, things look normal, maybe we are surviving, you know, but that can all change in a moment. But how do we prevent the impact of maybe a sudden downturn in terms of financial income or ability to generate it, or that high cost of living? Is we plan for it. So my call to action for us and for the young people out there, please start to save. And I don't know whether it's to the young and to the old. It's never too late to start saving, but you've got to save money. I think the best analogy I ever got on saving is when a farmer harvests his crops, he first separates what is the best of the harvest, the bumper harvest, because that's what he's going to plant in the next season. So I sense and I feel like sometimes when we get our income, 100% of our income, and we use it, there's nothing for the next season. So I was looking at the high cost of living and thinking, we need to start saving. You as a young person, and it doesn't matter how little or how much you can save, but saving is so paramount and so key in your life. I was once given a format, so maybe I'll share my format of saving with you. It may work for you, it may not, you may want to tweak it, but if you take 100% of your income, 10% should be tithe, if you're a Christian and you believe in the tithe. Then there's 10% which you should save in an account that you're not going to touch. That one is not for touching. And then 20%, they say, you save for investments or for things that you want to purchase. I want to buy a phone. I want to buy, because those are the things you guys buy, a phone. I want to buy a car. I want to buy a TV. I want to change my wardrobe. I want to buy new furniture. You know, you save 20% of that income and you let it sort of like build up, and then you're able to buy what you need to buy. So 60% is what you live on, so that you're not eating your seed. You're not eating your tomorrow. You are, and also saving for investments. I think there's so much information out there on where to invest. I think they say the worst place you can put your money is in a bank. So don't keep money in a bank. That's the place, that's the worst place you should keep it. But also, at least keep it. Keep something. So invest in bonds, you know, take a class. I was thinking take a class. Invest in a class. There's so many. I mean, there are online classes. There are classes everywhere on financial literacy, you know. Take it at your level. Simplify it as much as you want, or complicate it as much as you want. But the whole idea is that we need to start saving. And then teach our children to save. Some of you watch me have young families. Teach your children how to save. I loved one concept that one pastor taught us, that he'd have his children, they had 4 jars. So that was where I also learned the concept. So they had 4 jars. So every time, you know how aunties come and they give you a gift, you have to break it down, put 60% in one jar, put 20% in another jar, put 10% in another jar, and put 10% in another jar. You see, those kind of teachings will never leave your children, ever. But you must always remember that you have to save. And sometimes it looks like you don't have enough to save. You know, I can almost hear that argument that I don't have enough to save. But as long as you're getting an income from every 1,000 shillings, practice this principle and start saving. Just do it. Just try it. You'll be amazed at what you're able to do. And always remember that there's somebody somewhere who's doing a lot with a lot less, or they're doing a lot more with less, or with less than what you have. I hope I'm not confusing you. So you just need to try, and you just need to get that concept into your spirit and your head. And you also, because I'm looking at another demographic where we have to have delayed gratification. You don't have to have it now. That's the whole idea of saving. You don't have to have it now. You can save up for it. And because times are hard, and the premise also, I was wondering, I don't know whether you understand as a young people how we're in a seriously dangerous, precarious time. That one day your parents are going to depart from this world, and maybe one day we'll come back and talk about the debt that you have inherited. But every time that conversation is had, you should be worried that you are already in debt as a human being in this country, very seriously. So right now things look like they're okay, and I don't want to say that one day they will not be okay, because that's not good coming from me as a leader, as a prophet, as a pastor. But I'm just saying, plan ahead and look ahead. And I think this is where I wanted to make a pitch and say also, as young people in this nation, you have so much power that you can't just use that power loosely, or be unwise about it, or be unaware about it. You're a serious demographic. And this demographic can stand up and make a change in the society. And maybe I'm challenging you to step up. Because I think for me, when we start impacting the cost of bread, the cost of infant milk, when the cost of borrowing, they say the cost of borrowing is gone up, then we have to do something about it. We have to do something about it. And we have to be smart about what we do. Because the cost of living is going up every day. Fuel prices are going up. And maybe the not kosher thing to say, but I'm going to say it, is that we're trying to do this to cover up bribery and corruption and theft, at levels of governance that are not right. So it's trickling down to us. We're feeling the impact. We're being taxed more. We're being asked to pay more for services, for commodities, for products, because people are stealing, because people are being corrupt. Where does it all end? Maybe I'll say like the politicians. Maybe to end at the ballot. But we can't vote the way we've always voted. We can't be the way we've always been. We can't have animated conversations on social media and take no action, because the cost of living is going up. God bless you. See you next Monday.